104 countries, 48 spots, one tournament. The math alone should tell you everything you need to know about how brutal World Cup qualification actually is. More than half the planet is trying to get into a party where barely anyone gets a ticket. And the wildest part? The rules are completely different depending on which part of the world you're playing in. So let's break this down, fast. They don't just throw all 211 member nations into one giant lottery. Instead, every country belongs to one of 6 regional confederations. Think of them like continents with football associations attached. Each confederation runs its own qualification campaign, different rules, different formats, different levels of chaos. And FIFA decides how many spots each confederation gets.
The 2026 World Cup is the biggest in history, 48 teams instead of the old 32, but it also means FIFA had to completely rethink how slots are distributed across the world. UEFA, which covers Europe, gets 16 spots. CONMEBOL, covering South America, gets 6 spots. Now, South America only has 10 countries total, so 6 of them making it is actually a genuinely high ratio. AFC, covering Asia, gets 8 spots. CAF, covering Africa, gets 9 spots. CONCACAF, the region hosting the World Cup, gets 6 spots. And OFC, representing Oceania and its smaller island nations, gets 1 direct spot for the very first time in its history. But wait, that only adds up to 46. They created an intercontinental playoff. 6 teams, one from each confederation who narrowly missed out on direct qualification, go into a mini tournament for 2 final tickets to the World Cup. It's basically a second chance bracket. High stakes, brutal, and genuinely one of the most dramatic things in football. In Europe, UEFA runs a league-style qualifying system. 54 nations are split into groups. You play home and away against every team in your group. But even the teams that don't automatically qualify get another shot through the UEFA Nations League playoff. In theory, it's straightforward. In practice, it means even a powerhouse can slip up, and a smaller nation can sneak through an entire campaign riding momentum.
All 10 CONMEBOL nations play each other home and away in one giant round-robin league. 18 games each. The top 6 qualify directly. The 7th place team goes into the intercontinental playoff. It sounds brutal because it is. You're playing Brazil and Argentina just to survive. Africa runs a 2-round knockout and group stage competition. With 54 member nations competing and only 9 spots available, the margins are razor thin. Asia takes a multi-round format that whittles down 47 nations into 8 direct qualifiers plus 1 team that enters the intercontinental playoff. The early rounds eliminate the smaller nations. The later rounds battle it out in groups, and it gradually gets more and more intense. The US, Canada, and Mexico get automatic berths as host nations, which means the remaining 3 spots are being fought over by the rest of the region.
And then there's OFC, Oceania, historically the weakest confederation in terms of FIFA rankings. For years, their only pathway to the World Cup was through an intercontinental playoff with no guarantee. For 2026, they finally get a direct berth. 1 spot, but is theirs. You've got qualifying campaigns happening on 6 different continents under 6 different formats across roughly 2 years of football. Some countries are playing in freezing stadiums in Eastern Europe. Some are playing on artificial pitches in tiny Pacific islands. Some are in sweltering humidity in Central Africa. All of them different journeys. All of them same destination in mind. And at the end of it all, 48 teams make it. The rest go home. That's 104 nations starting a race. More than half won't finish it. Some will fall in the first round. Some will miss out on goal difference on the final. Football doesn't care about your journey, only your destination. So the next time you watch a World Cup and see a smaller nation walk out at the opening ceremony, just remember what it took to get there. It wasn't luck. It was surviving a system specifically designed to eliminate everyone who wasn't good enough, or resilient enough, or just a little bit fortunate enough. 104 countries started, 48 make it. The World Cup hasn't even kicked off yet, and the drama is already insane. If you want to understand how the actual tournament works once all 48 teams arrive, including the brand new group format nobody fully understands yet, that video is coming. Subscribe so you don't miss it, because trust me, it only gets more complicated from here.